Copy trading with Etoro is a great and easy way to invest your money, especially for beginners, but it will only work if you choose the right popular investor. And because there are so many people who do it with Etoro, the choice of popular investors is great and very often overwhelming, especially for beginners. That's why now Etoro is offering a new feature where, by answering several questions, the program itself, the technology, will offer you a list of popular investors that, according to this technology, would be the perfect fit for your strategy and your goals. In this video, I will review this technology, I will answer these questions, and I will then see who Etoro suggests I start copying, and I will review the profiles of these popular investors. If that's something that interests you, then please keep watching this video until the end. I just opened the app and now I clicked on copy trade here at the top, and if I scroll down I see find your match and answer a few questions to search for investors based on your preferences. Let's go. And the first question is, what risk level are you comfortable browsing? Choose a level, low, medium and high. And why is this important? Use this feature to see investors with the highest returns on Etoro filtered by risk. The greater the potential risk, the greater the potential gain or loss. As such, when you filter at lower levels of risk, you'll see higher risk investors with larger returns and vice versa. Before you start investing any money, you must know some basics about risk management. I would usually choose the risk medium to high. For here, let's choose the medium risk. Medium reward, but also medium risk. I think it's the perfect option for a lot of people. Next, what's your expected time frame for your copy? Select relevant duration. 0 to 1 year, 1 to 2 years, 2+ years. And why is this important? The length of time an investor holds an investment can impact its value. Some investors focus on short-term gains while others try to maximize consistent performance over time. I would still answer here 2+ years because I want to choose investors who are more consistent. I don't want Etoro to offer me investors who had great returns in last year but don't have much history. Next, which assets should these investors' portfolios include? Stocks, crypto, indexes, ETFs, commodities and currencies. And why is this important? Diversified portfolios are typically considered lower risk. However, some investors choose to focus on a single asset type strategically. I like stocks, crypto and ETFs most of all, but I don't want to choose a popular investor who trades crypto for me, because I can do it myself. So I will choose stocks and I will choose ETFs because I think these assets are great, but they require a lot of time to research into the companies, to look at numbers, and that's something that I don't like doing. I'd rather delegate this task for somebody else. And let's click on Find Investors. And these are the options that Etoro proposes. Let's look at the first 3 investors and I will show you exactly my way of thinking and why I would choose or not choose a certain popular investor to copy. Of course, first of all, I look at the return and then at the risk score. The returns are amazing, 158%, but the risk score is 6, which is relatively high. But of course, I answered that I want medium risk popular investors. If I click on him, I will see more stats. So far, in the year of 2023, this popular investor had all green numbers, so he was in profit every single month, which is quite strange because it was a hard and unpredictable year. The risk score is 6, which is high, and the maximum drawdown per year was only 10.94%. So in 1 year he lost a maximum of 10% the value of investment, which is not bad. Copy value is less than $50,000, so the people who copy him together invested less than $50,000 into his portfolio, and in the last 7 days he gained plus 29 people, which is 1,450%. I assume it's because Etoro promotes this person and he comes up at the top of the list for a lot of people who are using this AI feature. He trades only stocks. You see that his portfolio consists of 100% stocks, and he does only 0.79 trades per week, and he's been active since the middle of the year 2022, and his profitable weeks were 74.47%. The negative side of these stats that I am seeing so far is that he doesn't have much history of trading with Etoro. It's been only 1 year from the middle of 2022 to now to the middle of 2023. Can we really rely on this result? In my opinion, no. I probably wouldn't trust with a big sum anyway to the person who's been trading only for 1 year and who I cannot see the previous results of. Let's look at his portfolio and see which companies he trades. He has just one position in his portfolio, so he's invested all of his money into one company? Wow. That's crazy. I definitely wouldn't copy this person. Sorry. What's his name? A.I. Amiri Murad. Never seen him before. Right, let's see how active he is at communicating with his followers. He speaks French, so he's from Belgium. I see he's from Belgium. And it's just an automated message that Etoro offers you, suggests you to send to your followers or to anyone once you open the position. So it's not like he puts any time in communicating with his audience. It's all done for him automatically. Wow, okay. Well, I must admit that this is quite a bit of a disappointment, because even though his returns seem impressive from the first sight, when you look deeper into his portfolio, for me, this is not an option. Let's look at who's coming next. Okay, number 2 person, Amit Kup. His return is 145%, and the risk score is 6 again. Let's open his portfolio, and what do we see here? Not every month is green, like with the previous guy. On some months he had a very small loss. Let's click on show more. Yeah, the majority is good, of course. The average risk is 5 in the last 7 days. The previous guy had 6, but the average, the maximum drawdown is minus 17% per year. He has 2,891 copies, so many more than the previous guy, and he had plus 293 copies, which comes to 11% out of the total number in the last 7 days. And I assume it's for the same reason. Etoro, for some reason, decided to promote this person to its audience. The copy value is 2 to 5 million compared to 50,000 of the previous guy. Of course, I can already make a conclusion that this person is much trustworthy because many more people trust him with their money. He also trades only stocks. He makes on average 1.48 trades per week, so he trades more frequently than the first person, and the average holding time is 6 months. He's been active since 2019, so we can see how consistent this person is with his results. In his portfolio, he's holding only 4 companies. I mean, there is nothing bad in having only 4 positions in your portfolio, but how sure you have to be that these companies will grow in value? Risk management that I like to follow in my strategy would allow me to invest 3 to 5% max into one position. So I don't like risks like that. 30% of the value of my investment in one single company, that's not something that I would do or recommend to anybody. I invest your money the same way as I invest mine, no day trading, no village, no crypto. And he says that he has 12 plus years of experience, but there is no proof of that. All we can see and all we can go by is here on Etoro, and here he's been registered for 4 years, so we have the history of just 4 years. He's saying that TWR rate since 2014 is 4,500%. Again, how can we believe that? He doesn't mention any education or professional experience. I want to look at the stats and I want to look at previous years. So in 2022, his results were not as stable as in 2023. 2021 was a relatively easy year for everyone to make money from investing, and in 2020 he was at a loss of 7%, and 2019 he was 38% up. Right. Okay, so in my opinion, the second person is better than the first one, someone who I would trust more, but still not someone who I would invest any money with. No, sorry. The third person from the top 3 popular investors that Etoro recommended for me personally, Sergius95, with the result of 135% and the risk score of 5. In the year of 2023, the total return was 22%. If we look at the consistency, we see that not every month has been good for the guy. The average risk score is 4, so even lower than the previous 2. And the average yearly drawdown is, the maximum, is 11.77%. Not too bad. He has only 249 copies, not many, and the people invested $100,000 to $300,000 into him, and in the last 7 days he got plus 30 copies. I look at these numbers of the second and the third person, and I think that they are okay. Whilst the first person who received plus 30 copies in the last 7 days, and that is 1,450% of the total number of people who copy him, I find it strange and I even find it a bit suspicious. The trades per week are 0.5, so he is not as active as the second person. The average holding time is 16 months, so the person obviously doesn't trade at all. In his portfolio, we see more companies, but he still invests 5 to 27% of the total value into one single company. That's still too much for me. He is Italian and he's talking about compound interest, long-term investor, dividend growth. Let's look if he says anything about his previous experience. I have several years of experience in market analysis, guided by the advices of some of the most successful investors of all time and by the books they wrote. So he read several books, maybe watched a couple of YouTube videos, and this is how he became a day trader. There is nothing bad about it, and of course the person can be very talented, but when it comes to investing my money into somebody else, I need a bit more than this. I want to see the professional experience or education or years of experience and results. When it comes to choosing a popular investor with Etoro, I wouldn't trust this feature. I wouldn't trust the artificial intelligence to do this task for me. I would trust myself much more and I'd be more confident in my own choice. I have already made a video about a strategy that I use to choose popular investors. I recommend you watching it. You can find it here, and maybe you will find somebody more suitable than these 3 people. Thank you guys for watching me today, and I hope to see you soon in my next videos. Bye bye.